Now, I'm not saying that you guys should not use Instagram to grow your business, okay? I'm just going to be primarily focusing and emphasizing the fact that you should not be relying on Instagram solely to grow your business or your brand. And my strategy, or the thing that I've been focusing on over the last 2 years, that has allowed me to be in a position where I can generate millions of dollars every single year with an audience of 5,000-10,000 people, has been mainly from focusing on owning the data and attention off of the platforms like Instagram, Twitter, or even YouTube, okay? So now let's talk about the risks with Instagram funnels. The main one is going to be, and this is the only one that I'm going to talk about, but it's going to be broken into 3 components. And the main thing why I personally don't focus as strategically on Instagram ad funnels is because of concentration risk, right? And let me show you guys this. So for anyone who's using ad funnels on Instagram, they're spending money here, okay? Or maybe doing Instagram IG shoutouts, or so here there is a few ways you can get attention. Either through paid ads, where you pay Meta to put your message in front of people, or you pay people who own the ideal audience and you put your message in front of them, which is IG shoutouts. Now, when you do spend money or resources to get attention, you're sending it back to Instagram, right? That's their main strategy. I want followers, or I want people DMing me, okay? Now, concentration risk, the reason why this is a problem is because of one thing and one thing only. And I'm going to show you guys why it's important. In business and in life, it's more about avoiding losses than it is about always winning, okay? Charlie Munger just passed away. Shout out to Charlie. He was probably one of the person who allowed me to increase and become a better thinker, allowed me to acquire mental models that I would have never acquired anywhere else. And Warren and Charlie, one of the things that they would focus on, especially as investors, was let's not lose. They didn't focus on, oh, let's hit a home run every time we invest. Their main thesis was if you don't lose long enough, you end up winning inevitably. Okay? And with concentration risk with these type of funnels, you end up with a lot of risks. Okay? And I'm gonna break it down in a few parts. The first one is leads. All your leads are on Instagram. Okay? Because you're spending money, it's either going to be a DM, like, hey, send me this message and then I'll reach out to you, or follow me if you want access more information. So all your Instagram, all your leads, it's essentially like your CRM is Instagram. So this becomes risky. When all your leads are on one platform, well, what happens if you lose the account? Let's say, sometimes I get Instagram restricting me. What if you lose the account and you lose what? All the resources you've spent? So nothing over time that you've spent money on, whether that be IG shoutouts, whether that be your organic content, or whether it be the money spent on ads, none of that will have meant anything, because if you lose that asset, you go back to zero. And that is one of the, I don't even know how people sleep at night who primarily focus on owning their attention on the platforms. I don't care if you have 1 billion followers. If they're still on Instagram, if they're still on Twitter, if they're still on YouTube, and you don't have them anywhere else, and you lose them, you go back to being a slave, and you got to get a job. Okay? Like, that's how risky it is. And for me, I don't ever want to put my success in the hands of Meta, of Zuck, of Elon, or at Alphabet with YouTube. Never. Okay? And that's the thing that I don't like with these type of funnels, is they primarily rely on sending the leads that I want, the people that I would end up selling. It ends up sending them back to the platform, not to me. Even though they're my followers, I don't own them. Meta owns them, Twitter owns them, or X, and YouTube owns them, right? I'm just renting them as long as I show up on that platform and as long as I respect the rules. That's problem number one. It's super risky to have the platform own your leads. The second thing is with appointment setting. Since your leads are all on one platform, well, then that means that when you're appointment setting, you're going to appointment set where the leads are, which is going to be Instagram. Okay? And then becomes another issue. Since you cannot have 10, 20, 30 people on your Instagram profile, then that means that you max, I've seen people have multiple setters on their account, but I believe, in my opinion, that's risky. And I believe there is a meta suite or business suite where you can have people setting from like the business manager. But I haven't necessarily tried that a lot, and I don't necessarily think that it works as well as actually setting from your profile directly, because you get to see who engaged on your stories and you can reach out to them. But the other risk is it's super centralized. If you have one setter on that profile and they're good, then that means that setter controls your business. If they take one day off, then you just lost the potential of that day. Even if you have two of them and one of them decides to quit, or maybe one of them doesn't like you that much and they hate you because you didn't pay them enough, they might take down your business because they have that much control over your business, over your asset, right? Super risky, okay? You never want to make sure that you never want to let one person be able to take you out of business. And by having just one acquisition channel, one setter or two on one platform, that is insane. That is being irresponsible, in my opinion. Okay? So there's a lot of concentration risk, whether that be where the leads go, whether that be the fact that it's one platform that your appointment set on. So if anything breaks on this platform, you literally have no other backup plan, right? And the other thing is the fact that it's one setter. So that means that one or two setters can only do so much for a business, right? Which is why, because of a lot of these issues, you guys will see that people who are doing IG DM funnels or even IG follower funnels, you guys will see that they will never break past 100 to 200K a month, right? I haven't seen anybody break through this barrier, right? And the issue is because of the fact that this is limited. It's like imagine if there was because a business is a level of throughput, right? However much throughput can go through your business, the more money you will make. If you can only talk to, let's say, 100 prospects a day, 200 prospects a day, then you will only be able to make the money that comes from talking to 200 strangers a day. If you're able to talk to 2,000 people, you will be able to 10x your potential, right? And with one single Instagram profile, with one single setter or two, how much money do you really expect to come out of that constraint, which is Instagram, right? That's the next thing. The other thing is the fact that the third thing that I wanted to talk about with Instagram is this problem of noise, okay? I'm going to explain it right now. One thing that a lot of people forget to mention when they're telling you guys to do Instagram funnels is the fact that you are not the only one who's trying to push this funnel, right? Imagine if the prospect that you're talking to follows 20 experts who post 10 stories per day. 10 on average times 20 experts, that's 200 stories that the prospect has to go through. The other thing is, let's say they make one post per day. That's 20 posts that they have to pay attention to. Another, maybe they post 2 reels a day. That's 40 reels that your prospect has to consume. And then they get a DM from each of the experts that they follows every day who's trying to make them an offer or is trying to pitch them a book a call offer, right? Do you know how much fatigue and confusion this creates in the prospect? Just look at this image here. How much noise, how do you think people react to this? Okay? I can predict that in the next year or so, setting and social selling won't be as performing because now everybody's selling. Everybody is selling. And I was listening to this idea that, we used to call social networks. Today we call them social media, right? And one of the things that we saw is that when social networks were created, the main focus was community, okay? And we had mass media before, okay? Which was just a bunch of noise. But today, social platforms have become social media, okay? They're not social networks anymore. They're a place where people go to get information, media, news. So there's so much noise online that if you only rely on selling on your social platforms, on your social media, then you are competing with every single person who has a keyboard, an iPhone, and the ability to talk. And trust me, there is a lot of people who have a lot of shit to say, even if what they have to say is useless. But they keep spewing, they keep vomiting words, they keep vomiting offers, they keep vomiting things that they don't even understand. Everybody's an expert now. Everybody's an IG expert. Everybody can scale businesses. Everybody can book appointments. So I'm like, okay, but then who is the real deal and who isn't, right? That is the problem that we're dealing right now. Everybody is selling. Everybody's promoting. Everyone, right? So if you think that just because Instagram funnels is easy to do, that's the thing that's going to make you a millionaire and make you millions of dollars consistently forever, then you are confused. I guess you might be a beginner, right? Because you think that, because you got 5-10 people to DM you every day, that it's going to be forever like that. It doesn't work like that. Markets mature. And dynamics, a market is not static, okay? It's dynamic, meaning everything influences everything. If everybody's pitching appointments, if everybody's pitching IG followers, if everyone is pitching IG DM ads, then that thing stops working. Because the market also gets tired of hearing trying to get pitched, okay? So, let's go back to this. In my opinion, and to be honest, I still do appointment setting on Instagram, right? But I personally do not rely on running ads to my Instagram to try to get people to be set on appointments, right? I'm still booking 100 appointments, over 100 appointments per month for my Instagram, because when you start advertising, regardless of the campaign goal, you'll always end up getting more followers that you can reach out to, okay? So I'm not saying that setting on Instagram doesn't work. I'm just saying that emphasizing the strategy is the wrong thing to do, okay? Because even those who aren't emphasizing it are still able to book appointments on Instagram, just like we're doing, okay? We generate over $250,000 last month just from Instagram, okay? $250,000. And I did not spend money on IG followers. I did not spend, hey, DM me for this, right? We only spent, by the way, $18,000 in total for our marketing spend last month, and we generated over $500,000, right? So we're still now $18K to make over $500,000. Try to do that with Instagram ads. Try to do it. I promise you. Show me how you can turn 20 grand into $500,000 a month, and we'll see about that, right? But here is the idea of what I personally think you guys should do, okay? So one of the things we want to avoid is we want to avoid concentration risk, okay? And we want to avoid putting our hands and our livelihood into Instagram's hands, into Meta's hands. I don't even understand how people can push everyone so hard to focus on Instagram, like just pushing the followers. That's super risky, right? Imagine trying to go to an investor and you're like, hey, so we have Instagram ad funnels that work really well. Buy our company for 25 mil. They'll be like, well, what protects you from Instagram banning you and shutting down your whole business? Oh, well, no, but it hasn't happened yet, so we just think it won't happen. Oh my God, that would be so crazy in my opinion, okay? Now, what should you do? What funnel should you focus on? How are we personally doing it, okay? This funnel that I'm about to break down is a funnel that is currently being used for companies that are doing over, I was working with a company doing over $4 million, and this is what they were doing, and this is what we are doing, okay? So first things first, run ads. That's cool. Do organic to get attention, to get eyeballs. What you want to do, next step is collect data. Collect name, email, phone number, okay? You want to make sure you collect that. You want to make sure you collect the data. We're not in an appointment setting business. We're in whoever owns the attention owns the revenue. Let me repeat this. The reason why Meta, we pay them millions and billions of dollars every quarter for them to give us attention is because they own the attention. They own the user. So what we need to do is we need to copy the platforms instead of paying the platforms and just being dummies, okay? We want to own the attention. If Meta and Zuck own 3 billion people and they do a $30 billion quarter because they own 3 billion humans on their platform, well, if I own 30,000 people on my list, I make $500,000 a month. Does that make sense? Do you guys see the trend? Right? I have over 30,000 emails on my list. I make over $500,000 a month. Okay? And I have like 15,000 followers on each platform, right? And 14,000 subscribers on YouTube. But the trend is whoever owns the data, whoever owns the user makes the most amount of money. It's not whoever can get the cheapest cost per lead. That's stupid. You guys got to stop focusing on these leading indicators that don't mean nothing. Do you own a lot of people's data or not? You don't? Okay, get back to work. Get back to work. What are you doing watching this video? Okay? Anyway, how do we do it? Really simple. Use Meta lead form ads or use a funnel. Landing page, get people to opt in, and build your email list. Okay? Once you're done with this step, once you've gotten the attention, collect the data, own the attention. Here, we want to own the attention. Why is it important? Because Alphabet is worth over $1 trillion. Meta has been worth $1 trillion at some point. Tesla, Elon is the most followed CEO out there. He's worth almost $200 billion. So success leaves clues. Anybody who's really wealthy has a bunch of attention and they own people's data. So we're going to do the same. Only once you've owned the attention do you try to set them. And what is the best, most efficient way to set appointments today? Dialing. Pick up the phone, call the person who just opted in for the training, for the asset, call them, set them, okay? Do not wait for them to book a call on a VSL funnel. Guys, if you are still booking calls and spending your money and waiting someone to book a call from a VSL funnel, just come work for me. I'll pay you. I'll take care of you because you are not safe. The cost to get a stranger to book a call themselves is ridiculous. When I hear people say, oh, it costs me around $400, $500 to get a call, I'm like, oh my God. Why are you doing that? Okay? That's being irresponsible. Yes, you want to still get people to book a call on a funnel, but 80% of the calls should be coming from people calling the lead in 5 minutes to set them on an appointment. Okay? If you guys do not have this infrastructure in place, find a way to get it in place ASAP. Okay? The company that I was working with to try to just see how they're doing things, they were making over almost $500,000 a week from this process here. And they were making around like $100K from just DM and social outreach. Okay? So this here was 5 times, almost 10 times more productive than their social outreach efforts. All right? Now, since we also want to be doing decentralize a little bit of our effort and trying to, make sure that we have lead flow and appointments coming from everywhere, we also, on a weekly basis or maybe every other day, you want to send your people back to your social media so that they can engage, okay? Especially if you're consistent. I'm pretty consistent on my Instagram, so I get, people, I guess they get nurtured on there when I post my stories singing country love songs. So I guess they like that. And they end up buying because they actually end up seeing that I'm a human. I'm not just SMMA. Here's how to make $10,000 a month. No, I don't care about that. Anyway, but I just see a lot of people like that. But anyway, so drive people back to your social media, then get new followers, then set through appointments. All right? Repeat this until you make millions of dollars and until you have so much money that you can't ever stop making money because your money works for you. All right? You can make $500K a year with this. You can make $500K a month with this. You can make $500K a week with this. I spent, like I told you guys, $18K last month. We generated over $500,000 and over $400,000 cash collected. And I have yet to see anyone get those returns. And you guys should get to the people who are spending money on ads on these Instagram DM funnels to show you guys how much spent and how much was made. And you guys will see that they're maybe able to get a 3, 4, 5, maybe at most 6x return on their money, right? And I don't know how much it is, 500K divided by 18 or $20,000, but I believe it's a bigger ROI. And the only way we're able to do that is we focus on owning the data and convert them over time through our list. We nurture, I can talk about nurturing in another video. And then we set the appointments with dialing. We have 66% of everyone who picks up books a call. 66% of every lead that picks up the phone books a call. That's a crazy metric. Imagine if every person you had a conversation with, 6 out of 10 would book a call. That is almost unheard of, right? Which is why this is way more scalable, and you can also hire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people to call the leads, and they don't represent any risk. They're not just working off of one account. They're not stressing you out. They're doing their thing, and if they're not doing their thing, you just find a replacement the next day. You have a script, you have everything in place. And yeah, guys, oh, by the way, if you implement this in a business, you can go and make $50K a month just from implementing this funnel, right? In a growth specialist, the program that we're going to be launching later this month, I'm actually going to be introducing how you guys can learn how to implement this in any business. And if you end up being really good, then I would love if we can partner together to sell this as an infrastructure in all different verticals: SaaS, coaches, agencies, local businesses. It doesn't matter. We have clients in solar, we have clients in e-com, we have clients in all different verticals that are doing this. So I'd love for you to come, learn how do we implement this. And once you master it in the vertical, in the niche that you're in, it could be you help content, you help musicians, you help VC, you help, I don't care who you help, just come learn this, implement it, show us that you can make money from delivering the results. And then I'd love if you can start, if we can partner together and sell this as a build and release offer, okay? Make sure you register for December 21st. I'm doing the last Webby of this year, and I'm going to be breaking this down in how the company that we're working with generated over $500,000 a week with this. That's it, guys. Let me know if you guys love this type of video. I want to go back to just getting in front of a loom and talking my shit, okay? I hope you guys don't mind. I'm not Amon. I don't just want to look good. I actually want to talk about some amazing things, okay? So I love doing these because it's super frictionless. And let me know if you guys like me just sitting down and talking just what's on my mind. And I think this is what built my audience at first. And I think that I want to go back to it a few times a week. I drop these looms, and then we could become amazing, okay? But guys, thank you guys so much for giving me your attention. I value it. And I hope I get to help you change your life as all the stuff that I've learned has changed mine. Bye-bye. I love you.